What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Big Ben, and you're tuning into guys. It's been a while since I did a show, a live show for bringing back the choirs. It's a radio show and it's a TV show as well. So you can go on all the digital platforms like Apple Music, Spotify Music, and you can listen to the audio show, which is going to be uploaded very soon after this show today. I haven't did one in a while, guys. So y'all don't judge me now. So if I'm a little dry, a little crispy, don't judge me, guys. So tonight we got a very special guest, um, a uh, a Georgia native choir director, um, Mr. Kevin Styles. I'm gonna go ahead and bring him in, guys, because I'm excited.
Hello, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Kevin?
I am well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Like I was telling you back, like I was telling, I'm gonna tell y'all while I was telling him back in the background. I'm Mr. Kevin. I've been watching him for a while. He was one of the first artists when I first started in radio about 8 years ago. He was one of my first artists I played on my radio show. Which the radio show I still do to this day, but it's TV now. But yeah, I told him I was like, man, I've been watching you for a while now. For some reason, we never got to meet or nothing because I'm always in Atlanta. I'm going gospel choice, going to this, going to that in Atlanta, this, but for some reason we ain't met up somewhere.
We're gonna have to change that. We got to change that. Next
Yes,
time you
sir.
we got to change that. Yes.
All right. So let's go all the way back. Little Kevin, little
Let
Kevin Styles. Let's tell how'd you get that musically inclined? Like when did you do that? First of all, can you sing?
yes, I can. I do a little bit. You
Okay.
know, I do enough not to shame him. Let me say that. I won't shame him. Most choir directors or most leaders of choirs don't really sing that much, but I can say that I do it when I have to. It's not something that I want to do, but I
Right.
find myself doing it more and more these days. Yeah.
Okay. So as a little kid, when did
Oh,
you knew that you was okay? Choir directing is what I want to do. Music is what I want to do.
oh wow. Well, I will say that I come from a Pentecostal background.
Okay.
I was raised in the Apostolic Faith Church. I am
Yeah.
originally from Gary, Indiana, where, of course, my mom often tells the story that when she carried me, I used to like jump up and down in her womb when I heard music and when I heard church. It made her very uncomfortable, especially the eighth and ninth month. So she didn't really want to, do too much music. But my mother sang. My mother sang it in the choir. Um, my family I come from a line of preachers. So I could still remember, I want to say my first solo, which
Mm,
would probably have been with my grandmother. You
right.
know, I was one of the first grandsons. So, my grandmother, the late evangelist Betty Ann Gavin, I didn't really get on her nerves when it came to singing because as long as I was doing it for the Lord, it didn't matter.
Right.
Uh, but I think when I first stepped out as a kid was at my home church in Gary, Indiana, Logan Park Assembly of Christ. At that time, it was under the pastoral leadership of Bishop George Stearns, who recently just passed at 99, like 2 weeks ago.
Right.
And that was when I got my nerve to actually grab the mic and
Mm,
um, call myself singing. I was the church baby, so I
right.
could do no wrong. And I really wasn't shy, I don't think, as a child. I knew what I did. I used to direct my toys as a choir.
Mhm.
Uh, all the things that kind of geared me up for who I am and where I am today.
Right. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Makes sense. Well, I have talked to a bunch of choir masters, choir directors, and they always say playing a little using their toys as a choir.
As
So
the choir. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. My brothers still laugh and talk about me to this day about that. But, I think it was a part of the development
Right.
and how you stand, how you look, how you want them to look, how you want them to sound. So as a child, I was doing it even in, I want to say, my mom would probably say, probably first and second grade.
Wow.
I was the teachers would call my mom to school, and they would say he hasn't done anything wrong, but we know somebody's been taking this boy to church because everybody else is playing with their toys and you
Right.
know boys pulling the little girl's hair. I'm over in the corner singing and directing an imaginary choir. Yeah, yeah. Which today would be considered a little crazy, but yeah, I got
It
yeah,
would could be considered crazy, but that's how you got your craft.
yeah. That's how I
How you
got it.
got it. That's how you got it. So
Mhm.
now years went on. Years
Years
went
have
on.
gone.
Yeah, a lot.
And it's really interesting even doing this now. You never know what you're going to be, but you do know that there's a call on your life. And
Right.
even when you can't express the call and don't know what the call is, there's something that keeps drawing you in.
Right.
So I feel like that's what it's been all my life. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So how was Psalms first created?
Oh man. Yeah. It was kind of created by accident. I'll say that. I did not, believe it or not, Ben, I did not ever really see myself having my own choir, chorale, ensemble, anything like that. As a matter of fact, it happened. I was kind of the class clown, you get around your
Right.
peers, and yeah. And somebody invited my principal to my Sunday morning service. And at that time, I was kind of still in the development stages of directing my church choir, which
Right.
I grew up here in Atlanta at Bethesda
Mm,
Cathedral here, Bishop Stuart Reese.
yeah.
And, it was there that they let me make the mistakes of what I did not know what I was doing.
Right.
And I looked out in the audience, and this man, my principal, is somebody inviting him to church, and it just so happened this is the Sunday that I'm directing. And I'm like, oh no, I need somebody else to kind of do this because the church don't know that you acting a fool in school. You know how it is, man.
Right.
And I remember after church was over, he put these hands on my shoulder and he was like, I need to see you in my office. I kind of felt like Chris Tucker on Friday. How do you get in trouble on Sunday when we're not even in school and you want to see me first thing Monday morning? And he actually kind of coerced me, if you want to say it that way.
Right.
Was like, I want you to take over the gospel choir at Redan High School. And you're talking about like 92, 93. And I was like, my peers? Oh, absolutely not. No, it's not going to happen. I'm not doing that. You know, me be the church boy of the school, everybody know I clown. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. And he kind of told me, you really don't have a choice. And, and I considered it. I prayed about it. My mom was looking at me like, oh, now you really got to straighten up, and all this stuff. I was like, oh, it was a lot of pressure. But I remember my first rehearsal, I probably had about 50, 60 people that
Wow.
clowned me at Redan. And I was like, oh, we really can sing. Oh, wow, wait. So it kind of, I became that person in high school to the point where I was one of the first students of DeKalb County to, believe it or not, I got a check from DeKalb County once a month for being the choir director of my high school.
Wow.
And so when I graduated in 94, um, there were like about two or three of us who came out around the same time.
Right.
And on Mondays, we had rehearsal.
Right.
So we graduated and still singing on Mondays in my mother's living room. Who knew? And and it
Wow.
kind of, one started bringing somebody, the other one started bringing somebody. To my mom was like, "Love it, but y'all gonna get out of my house. Um, when I come home from work, y'all gonna have to y'all gonna find somewhere to go." And so I don't forget, my mother told me to read the Book of Psalms,
Yes.
and I remembered I started playing around with it a little bit. The choir was not formed, but I started seeing David as me,
Yeah.
and yeah. So I kind of was so attracted to the book of songs that the name just kind of became what the book is, song.
Yeah, that's my honestly that's my favorite book though.
Yeah.
That's my go-to book.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
that's my go-to book. But I think that's all. I think that's for anybody that loves music
Oh yeah.
or they sing or
Most
um,
definitely.
yeah,
It,
man.
it's full of poetry. It's full of experience. It's full of imperfection.
Yeah,
Um, Even though David is king, David was still a mess. David was a murderer. David was an adulterer. I mean, but he still was the apple of God's eye. So I found myself in the mindset of David
right.
that I am imperfect, but yet there's this God that wants to use me.
Yeah,
Uh, there's this God that thinks enough of me to give me or entrust me with a group of people to
right.
lead and to take around the world and record records and do all of these things. Yeah, so that's kind of how Psalm started in '94. That is how Psalm started.
Yeah, guys. When I tell you he was traveling, with Dollar Wayne, Kirk Franklin, Tye Tribbett, Ted and Sheri. Y'all might not know what Ted and Sheri is, but that's a group duo back in the day. They still sing now, but
They
yeah,
still sing now. Yep, they got a new one out right now. I
for
was
real.
at the CD release, and they did it here in Atlanta.
Oh,
And of course, I had to make sure that I was there because they're like more than just friends to me. They're family. I go far as back with Ted and Sheri when they were in choir in Memphis with Kevin Davidson and the Voices of Binghamton, which
oh,
then turned into Kevin Davidson and the Voices to now where Ted and Sheri actually are today. Mhm.
wow, wow. I'm telling y'all guys. So now, theatrical production. How'd you get into that?
Oh, well, let me say, I, you know, what I wanted this record to resemble, I wanted it to be very, very, not just spiritual, but I wanted it to kind of tell a story,
Right,
um, giving homage to the author, which is King David.
right,
And so I made sure that the songs had some type of saying that David declared. And
right.
so when I collaborated with writers and Micah Spakes produced the record for me. Micah and I go back to Murphy Pace, the Powerhouse days
Yeah,
of Powerhouse. And, Micah kind of always believed in me and this choir, like, y'all sing for blood. Like, ooh, when are y'all gonna record? And I never forget when we first went into the studio, I was scared to death
wow,
because it was like, what are we doing in this little room? He didn't even realize that that's how records were recorded because I was so used to seeing the live,
yeah,
you know. And so me and Micah kind of got together and he was like, well, what songs do you want to do? And what songs do you want to redo? And how can we do this? And how can we do that? And I was like, well, I'll tell you what, we just gonna come together. This is kind of my mindset of it. So we started putting songs together and lyrics and stuff together that King David said. Right now everybody is loving the remake of Look and Live, but David declared, I will live and not die,
yes, yeah,
and declare the works of the Lord. What's the other one everybody loves? Bless your name.
for
David said,
sure.
I will bless the Lord
Yeah,
at all times. So, I wanted to make sure that you're not just putting a bunch of songs together, but you're actually telling a story and you're keeping it scripturally based.
yeah,
So that's kind of how the production and the collaboration kind of came together.
yeah. Look and Live. My dad. I was playing it inside the car the other day with my
Hmm.
dad, and he was like, he said, I used to sing that in choir back then when I was younger. I was like, he said, I love that song. He said, no, you brought that back, and he said Kevin had made it like really, really good. Like he
Yeah,
said, it's not like that back in the day, but he
yeah,
said it still had that same anointing oil, but
absolutely.
it just
Absolutely.
he loved the redid of it. He did.
Oh man, tell Dad I said thank you. And I kind of learned that from my big brother like a Donald Lawrence, other heads who have remade songs, Ricky Dillard, people like that. Because what happens is when you redo other people's stuff that's a classic,
Right.
I'm not trying to outdo it
Yeah.
because it's already done, if that makes sense.
Yes. That
I
makes
just want to put my stank on it, if that's a good word to put it.
Yeah.
So Look and Live was a fun song for the 80s.
Yeah.
Michael Fletcher is actually the original artist that recorded that. And I wanted to make sure that I had something on this record to introduce us to the world of familiarity. I mean, being familiar,
Right.
having songs that are familiar for people who sung in choirs back in the day. And everybody sung Look and Live. They played Look and Live on the radio every Sunday when I was growing up. You know, what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just wanted to make sure that I had something that I can grab the retired choir members
Yes.
and have them to remember, oh, I remember this song. And that's kind of the resolve of what we've been getting when we sing that song. People are like, Look and Live. When we recorded it that night, everybody was like, this boy went back and did Look, and we couldn't get off the song. If I had played the original track, it was like 15 reprises. I am so serious. I was like, now we got a couple of more songs I got to do tonight. Now we're not gonna do this all night, but yeah, yeah.
When I tell y'all guys, I had watched Mr. Kevin on YouTube, man. His choir, they be barking and squalling now. I'm telling y'all, they be, and like one of the comments say, one of your choir members, honestly, I love the support that your choir members are giving you on your interview because you don't
Oh,
see that nowadays.
absolutely.
She said, "Tell the people how we destroy the mics."
Oh my God, they are so funny. Yeah, we've gone places that the mics seem to not work for nobody but
Oh,
us. We've gone places where they have yodeled so that the mics are blown, like the speakers blew out, and we were still singing.
right.
I teach Psalms past and present. You know, I believe in microphones, but I also
Yeah.
believe in the microphone that God gave us in here. And
Yes.
so I teach them to sing as though we don't have mics.
Yeah.
So you got to project. And I never wanted a big choir. I always wanted singers. One of my favorite choirs in the world is the late Reverend Milton Brunson
Yes.
and the Times Community Singers. They I wondered why he didn't call them a choir. Back in the day, they were considered a choir. They developed into singers. And so I love I'm a singer. And when the Tommies got up on that stage, if you were not mesmerized by what they had on, whoever grabbed that mic was going to destroy the mic. And the
Yeah.
background and the energy I missed that era of choir.
Yeah.
I
We
do.
got.
Yeah.
That's why we're bringing back the choirs
Got to
now.
bring it back to choir. Yeah, you got to.
Choir music never goes out of
It
style. For real.
doesn't. It doesn't. So yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm telling you. So outside of Psalms, and what is your career outside of ministry?
Believe it or not, I do ministry, and I serve as minister of music
Okay.
of actually two churches.
Oh. Okay.
I am minister of music of the Kingdom Now Church,
Okay.
Bishop Jerry Hutchins, and then my home church, which is the Citadel of Grace, Pastor Ed Thomas. So I sit on those uh, assignments,
Yeah.
as well as I do property management. I do have a 9 to 5 job. Most gospel artists do not have a 9 to 5 job,
Amen. They don't. I
but
don't know
I
why.
do. I do have a 9 to 5 job, and a lot of people be like, "Well, how do you do that?" But I'm really proud to have a 9 to 5 job. I was always taught as well that a man that don't eat, the scripture says,
Come on.
a man that don't work
Do
to
not
eat,
eat.
but the scripture says a
Yeah.
man that don't work ought not eat.
Yeah.
And so I like to eat, you know, um, and I like to work out, I love to travel, you know. I'm really a normal person outside of being on stage.
Right.
A lot of people don't know that side of Kevin, but I like to have fun,
Yeah.
you know. I'm a spiritual guy, but I also um, love to be Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the part that a lot of people don't really get a chance to see. Those who are privy to it, um, amen. But a lot of people don't know that part of me. But I love to be accessible to people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not a stuck up guy. People walk up to you, can I take a picture? Can I shake your hand? Oh, you're Kevin Styles. I mean, even if I don't know you, I'm gonna make you feel like I do. Because that's important. I don't forget. My brother Tye Tribbett told us you never miss an opportunity to be nice to people. You never miss an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to take pictures with people. And I've kind of always kept that in my mind, because without people, you're nobody. Milton Brunson told me that years ago before he passed. Without the
Right.
people, you're nobody. And if the people don't know you, you're still a nobody. So
Yeah.
those are things and seeds that have been, planted into my own life. So yeah, so that's what I do outside of church. Yeah,
Yes, sir. I completely agree with you.
yeah,
Nowadays, choir director. I'm not saying all. Some are
yeah.
starting to feel themselves, if that makes sense.
Oh
They're
yeah,
feeling
a lot,
themselves. They feel like they can't. They're better than everybody,
of
or
course.
they don't want to show up on time, or don't want to show up for a program. But your face on that flyer.
It's on that. It's on that flyer.
It's on
Yeah,
that flyer.
yeah, most definitely.
It's
And
just
those are
like,
things
yeah.
that are important.
Yeah, and I don't understand. I still don't. I even talked to a few choir directors, and I'm like, I don't understand why this going on, this, and I just don't understand why people are acting like that. If you don't see you as valued, they don't want to work with you. If
Right,
that makes
right.
sense. But
But
I'm sorry, you can
I
go.
I love what you just said of value, and it's amazing how man can um what's the word dictate what your value is.
Yes,
But I do love the scripture that says that promotion does not come from the east or the west,
right,
but it comes from God above. And though we think that we are the ones that are going to be responsible for the outcome of someone's future,
right,
absolutely not. Because I believe that we're in a season now, and this is to even all of the up and coming artists and people who are striving to get there. Because believe it or not, none of us have really arrived. We're all still striving to get
yes,
there. God knows our expected end, but I want to encourage those who are watching and that may listen later on. The scripture is right. Your gift will make room for you and
yes,
it'll take you before great men. But you got to be faithful. Got to be faithful. You
yeah,
got to show up when they don't want you to show up. And you got to keep going, even when you're laughed at and you're picked on.
right,
Still got to keep going, you know. So I just want to always make sure that a lot of people don't reach back to the younger generation and they don't go back and say, hey, this is what you need to do, and then we sit back and we laugh. But if without the information, they think they doing it, you know. But if somebody don't go back and grab them and say, yo, do this a little bit differently. I wish I could tell you without name dropping how many people have pulled me over as I was developing and told me, watch this. Don't do too much of that. You know, you don't want to go off the wrong signal. You don't want to go off the wrong vibe. You
right,
know, so those are the things that we have to go back even now, because the scripture says that we're forever learning. And
yeah,
when you stop learning, then you should be dying because it's over. You've mixed you maxed out on your peak. So yeah.
okay, okay. I was gonna go straight into my next question. Is what are some tips you can give upcoming choirs how to make sure their choirs have a certain sound and um, know the business etiquette behind doing a choir?
Yeah. Um That's funny because me and my brother, um, Brian Williams, boy, everybody knows was B Chase. We were just talking about doing something. Me, David Walker as well, which is another choir master here in the city. We were
Yeah.
talking about coming together and doing like a seminar with
I'm
these
glad. I'm glad.
um, artists because I think what is a lot of times I think when we think we have it, you got to have somebody to show you a different way and a different approach.
Mhm.
Um, when I was coming up and still coming around in this gospel arena, sometimes we can almost be like crabs in a barrel.
Mhm.
We can step on each other, we can tarnish each other, we can downgrade each other, and we're all trying to get to the same place. Gospel music um, has changed so drastically. It's like forever changing. The way it used to be 10 and 15 years ago is not how it is today.
Right.
So I think when you are striving to be this gospel artist, first off, you got to know the business. And
Please.
you
Please.
have to understand that it is 10%. No, let me go back. Yeah, I would give you that. I would say it's 10% ministry and 90% business.
Yeah.
A lot of us don't understand the business. What is the business? Having your things in order, having the whole package. Um, here I am. I just turned 48 years old last Tuesday,
Wow.
and I am still working a 9 to 5 job. Just because you get a hit don't mean you quit your job.
Right.
Just because you are a gospel artist do not mean that you take your savings and you travel the world and nobody knows you. You have not established a platform. Another thing that I would say to that is learn how to stand on people's shoulders. Learn how to serve.
Yeah.
If you research gospel artists, nobody really just showed up.
Right.
Let me just say it that way, if that makes sense. Nobody really just showed up. Everybody came from somebody. They served that ministry until the Lord said, now I can trust you. What I would offer to the up and coming is serve your church,
Yeah.
be a member somewhere, have a
Yeah.
covering. Have a you can't be your own pastor.
Yeah. Makes
A
sense.
pastor need a pastor, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta have
Absolutely.
somebody that you are accountable to, somebody that's going to hold you accountable, and somebody that you are accountable to. You
Yeah.
know, um, that also can help you in guiding you in the business. Just because it says gospel, don't mean it's righteous.
Hmm.
The industry can be very evil.
Hmm.
It is a very cutthroat type
Yeah.
of industry,
Yeah.
though it is gospel. You know what I'm saying? It is these one hit wonders. You killed one program, and now you want to charge me all these thousands of dollars, and I can put you up there, and nobody can give me two of your songs that you're known for.
Hmm.
No, you got to serve and wait your time.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of wisdom that we want to be able to impart into these up and coming people. And sometimes even the people that serve in ministries, they don't know the business.
Yeah.
I had a young lady to tell me, I've been singing with you all this time and I did not know there is a fee for us to come out and sing. I said, well, who do you think pays these musicians?
Right.
And when we have these concerts, who's paying for these lights?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a business that goes with it,
Yeah.
but you got to know what your worth is, and you can't be so greedy
Hmm.
that you rob the house of God that they can't afford to bring you. Yeah. So it's just little things like that that I would definitely encourage them. Learn the business. Get with somebody that's going to tell you what is the business. How does mechanicals work? What does it mean to be the executive producer of your record? For people that may not understand what that means you paid all the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
A good record now, it costs thousands of dollars. And when people don't buy your record and they stream your record, it hurts the artist.
Yeah.
Learn as a gospel artist how to buy the record. I have over 600, no, I have about 1,600 CDs that I bought. And we don't even play CDs anymore, but I still got them. I have over 300 DVDs and VHS cassettes that we bought. We don't even use that anymore, but I bought them because I supported the artist. Be not deceived. What you sow, you going to reap.
Yeah.
I have over 3,000 cassette tapes. And this generation don't even know what cassette tapes are. Of the artists, because we had CDs, my mother gave me all of her vinyls. And, I collected vinyls because they turned into collector's items. I got enough music in my house right now. I could probably do 3,000 CDs of remakes. And this generation would even know it because we don't know the business to research. Who does this come from?
Yeah.
Who wrote this song? The mechanicals, different things like that. So that's stuff I will offer. Yeah.
Ooh. Guys, if y'all didn't catch Sheri, I should have catched it now. He dropped you some of that wisdom now.
Got to have it.
Just saying. A Psalmists perspective. Yes. Guys, let me show you this album cover now. This is red for me.
You are funny. You said, this album cover.
Look at this. I don't know who styled you, but Jesus, I like it.
Listen, my little brother styled me. I call him my little brother. I have two. I had one. His name is Brent Brown. Brent is one of my singers. Brent styled me. I mean, some stuff I'll be like, Brent, this is a little too edgy for me now. I'm in my 40s. He'd be like, but you don't look like it, and this is what you're going to wear. So when you entrust someone to style you, you be like, oh my God. But it works out. It works out for me because I think when you are a stylist, it takes the person that's wearing your collaborations to be confident. Yeah. And I think I'm a confident dude. Yeah. But the gentleman that styled me for this photo shoot, Jeremiah Roberts, is doing his thing right now. And the Lord is really, really taking this young man up. Like he is styling right now for Express. And, I was a little nervous because he was referred to me.
Wow.
And I remember when he came to my house, he said, well, I'm going to come into your house because I do it as a courtesy to people who say that they have clothes. So when he came to my house, he opened up one of my closets and he was like, oh, okay. Wait a minute. These are all your shoes. That was so funny. Yeah. I have a shoe fetish, I think that's the woman side of me. I've always loved shoes. Most women love shoes. Guys don't really like shoes. But I think that's my little, I've always sold shoes.
It don't matter.
He came in my closet, man, and I had forgotten that the tennis shoes that I have on this cover that I bought, it must have been during the pandemic when we wasn't going anywhere. And they were tucked up in the closet. And he went through my shoe boxes. And he was like, oh, you have to be kidding. When he showed me the shoe, I was thinking, when did I buy that? And his exact words, oh, yeah, you got too many shoes. When you don't remember what you done bought, yeah, you got too much in here. And he was like, please tell me you have a red suit. And I was like, oh no, I'm out to Sanctified Church. We don't wear red. Oh no, red. Oh, my grandmother would turn over. Oh no, red, red.
Right.
And he was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. You got plenty of clothes. I'm gonna do this. He got on his phone and found a suit. I mean, a private clothing store that is probably 10 minutes from my house.
Wow.
And we walked up in there, and he was like, "This is his tennis shoe. I need a red suit." They had one red suit that was exactly my size.
Wow.
And we bought that suit, and we had to do no alterations. It was like it was hanging there just for me.
Yeah.
And that's where that came from. Yeah.
Guys, let me tell y'all. Ooh, this
Yeah.
outfit now. I got to upgrade on my outfit. I'm young too. I got to upgrade on my outfit. I'm just like an old man now.
Oh my God. Look, all I had was the shoes. I got to give it to him. He would have got the suit. And I was a nervous wreck. Red. I said, Lord, a red boy in a red suit. How was this going to happen? But okay. But it came out really, really good. My photographer, Tori Brown, took the photos for me, and he just brought all of it to life, man. You know, and I was just like, wow. Wow. Yeah.
So, guys, I need y'all to go get a Psalmist's perspective.
A psalmist perspective. Yes, sir. You got to get it.
Go get it. It's on all digital media platforms. I need y'all to go get it. I'm going to bring the thing up. Y'all go ahead. Yeah. Go to his website, www.kevinstyles.com.
Yes, sir. Get it. I appreciate everybody's support. Buy it. Hit me up on all of the digital outlets that we're on. Kevin Styles and Psalms on Facebook, K Styles 40 on my IG. Hit me on my website, kevinstylesandpsalms.com. Let me know that you're loving the record. And to the two choirs that somebody posted in my instant message that just sung my Look and Live, thank you so much that you are singing the remake of Look and Live by Kevin Styles and Psalms. I appreciate you.
Let me tell you. Yeah, that album is on my playlist. Oh my God.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I said, you don't hear good music like this no more. You don't. You just don't.
Yeah, yeah. And I wanted to make sure that every song was one of them. I wanted to make sure we had an album that you didn't have to skip over. And
Yeah.
I will honestly say that has been the reviews we've been getting. Everybody is playing the whole record, like no skips. Like everything is good. And I'm like, wow. And I really want to give that praise to my studying of, like I said, the late Milton Brunson. Because when the Tommies released the record, they didn't release a single. The industry and radio played the whole record.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no skips. They played every song. You know,
right.
So that's what I studied for all of these years, and I wanted my first record, my first full record, to be something that is no skips.
Yes, sir. Sir. Sir.
So
we're gonna go into a commercial break. I'm gonna pull up some flyers, and you can see out here. But we're gonna do some pull the flyers up for some upcoming choir events that's coming up. So now we got a choir event that's coming up. Chicago Mass Choir. Tell God thank you. May 6th at Holy Temple Cathedral Church of God in Christ. Too. That's a tongue twister. My God. And in Harvey, Illinois. Guys, y'all gotta make sure I go out and support them. And I feel like I see he is the owner of Joshua's Troops.
Yes, he is the director of Chicago Mass. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
He had taught me today. I need to learn. I need to learn my stuff too. I'm not a choir owner, but I sing in a choir.
Absolutely.
I still need to know my background.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
So you got Christopher Irvin. He got
that's my brother.
Oh my gosh. July 15th, 2023. Guys, y'all be on the lookout for that.
Yeah. They can sing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
We got Mr. David Walker himself. It's the
Yes,
third
sir.
anniversary. Y'all make sure y'all. Ooh, when I tell you Mr. David Walker, his choir man,
They can
woo,
say,
they
you
can
know,
sing.
a lot of people don't know. I come out of David Walker's choir before I even got with Ricky Dillard. I was a member of David Walker in High Praise for years before I even started Psalms. Yeah.
Wow.
Hmm.
Let me tell y'all guys. Make sure. So you're gonna be at the anniversary.
Oh yeah, we're doing a reunion. Yeah, so I'll be up there. Yeah. He already told me what the schedule is. I said, okay, yeah, we got. Yeah, I'll be up there. I'll be a High Praise member. Yes, sir. Yes,
High
sir.
praise member, not
Yes,
Kevin Styles in the songs, but he's gonna be a
I'm gonna be a
former
High
member.
Praise member. Hmm.
Wow.
And we're
But
gonna get up there and yodel. Yeah,
it's a lot. This industry, the choir industry, is small but big. If that makes sense.
absolutely,
Uh,
absolutely.
a lot of people had started with certain choirs and then they branched out, did their own. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
But yeah. So guys, can y'all do me a favor? Y'all go ahead and go to www.thestellarawards.com.
Yes,
I
sir.
am a candidate for the Stellar Awards Internet Radio Station of the Year, one-way radio station. Make sure you go submit your vote. It's open to the public.
Hmm.
Uh, voting ends April 10th, guys. So I got to get myself to the second round. So I need y'all help. I
That's
need
right.
y'all help with that. This is I think my second year doing this.
Right.
But this year I pray I go to second round. And if I go to second round, guys, y'all gonna see me at the Stellars now.
Until
I'm about to go get me a new custom made outfit and everything. I'm gonna be there.
that's right. That's right. Look, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get there myself. There's so many conferences and stuff going on at the same time, but I am planning to be in Las Vegas. Yeah.
If I can't go, I'm be a little upset. I'm gonna be
Oh, oh,
honest.
oh, yeah. Most definitely. Yeah.
So
Most
that's
definitely.
all for our announcements. So anybody that's on here, like that watch the playback, if you have any upcoming concerts or uh, album covers that you want me to promote on the show, I can most definitely promote it on the show. You just have to send it to me, inbox me, or email me uh, the information. I'll go ahead and do that. So
Yeah.
now, what is next for Kevin Styles?
Well, I am. We're cooking up something. Probably by midsummer of this year. I'm gonna drop two more singles of something else that's coming out with us, and so we're in the what we call the laboratory. We're in the
Yeah,
lab. We're working, and I'm excited about it. I think these are gonna be some nice songs that you are going to really, really enjoy because I want to make sure that I keep it going.
right.
This record will be a year old in the end of July, 1st of August. And like I said, it's just now starting to catch hold. But you know how the industry is. You'll be working on your fifth album and they'll just be getting your first one.
Right.
So we just got to learn how to push each other and push this, genre of gospel music, especially those who still love choir.
Yeah.
But I'm honored. I was just telling you a few minutes ago that
Mm.
I was nominated by a government official here in the city to receive. This is so crazy. I'm telling you this and telling the listeners this. I haven't even told the choir yet. So
Ah,
a lot of them that are on here um, will find out now, but then a lot of them will hear it again on Monday when we have rehearsal. Uh,
mm.
but 2 weeks ago, I received a call that I am one of the 2023 recipients of the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award that will be given out, from what I'm being told, is coming from the President of the United States
Come on.
for 30 years, coming up on 30 years of serving Atlanta in gospel music. And it's going to be a big event. It's going to happen at Spelman College, Saturday, August 26th. So I am grateful that someone thought enough of me to nominate me to receive the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. I am grateful to God. So I know I haven't been nominated yet for a Stellar, haven't been nominated yet for the Grammys, the Doves, but my first big award will be coming from the President of the United States. That's an honor. And I am honored to be a recipient for 2023.
Come on, choir members, y'all leader now.
Yeah.
Come on. Wow. Not a lot of people get that. Not a lot of people get that Lifetime Achievement Award. Nobody really gets that.
Yeah.
And it's a selective few. They do a selective few.
Yeah.
But you earned it. You did your years.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. You know, again, we don't do these things for awards. But like I was sharing with my mom, I said it's just amazing how when you feel like you're at your end and nobody is paying you attention, God knows how to come and lift your spirit and let you know somebody's watching you. You know, the industry doesn't necessarily pay everybody attention. There's been people that's been out here longer than me, and they pay them no attention. They delivers great music.
Yeah.
But I do understand too, like I said earlier, the promotion don't come from the east or the west,
Right.
but it comes from God. And so I am just really grateful that if man don't look at me and celebrate me, God sees.
Mm-hmm.
He sees the faithfulness. He sees the tears. You know, a lot of people do not know I am a cancer survivor, stage 4, Hodgkin's lymphoma. You know, and
Right.
even with going through chemotherapy, at the point of death, I kept going.
Yes.
I kept serving. I kept showing up. Kept doing concerts. Kept going to Bible study. Kept doing revivals, engagements. So what I say to everybody, as we probably come to the end of this, don't let your circumstance stop you from heading and getting to your destiny. Yeah.
Guys, he just dropped another nugget. If you ain't catched it by now, I need to catch it.
You got to get there. Got to get there. Yeah.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you so much, man.
Deserve
And
it.
congratulations to you on your nomination for the Stellars. That is an accomplishment. That is an achievement. And guess what? If you don't make it to the next round, the great thing is we know somebody's watching you, because to get nominated first says that somebody's paying attention. So it may not happen this time. It may happen. But whatever happens, somebody's watching you. So you be encouraged as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm just like, that's why I had created this platform, is to help the choirs. Literally to push the choirs.
Push the choir.
Just push it. Like this platform's all for y'all. And I'm trying to push it as much as I can on my end. I know Dr. B. Chase Williams helped me on my end, push this brand as well. Matter of fact, when I did my showcase in Charlotte last year, he was one of my judges, and he did an amazing job as well. So, your friend, Dr. B. Chase in the comments saying he's proud of you now.
Yeah. Listen, a lot of people don't know, but I'm going to put it out there. For y'all who don't know, Brian Chase Williams is my boss at work. Lord have mercy. He's my brother on stage and at work, and he fusses at me, and we talk about I ain't on time, all of that stuff. But yes, we work together every day. And we have a great time doing it. And I'm just grateful to see, what the Lord has been doing, even in our brotherhood and our friendship, how it has definitely grown since we have been working together outside of ministry. We're able to really, really know each other better. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times what you do on stage and in church and in front of church people, that's one part of you, but that ain't all of you. What did he say? I know he didn't say something because he's crazy. We go at it.
He's a horrible worker.
He's a horrible worker. That's what he's I mean, we do this every day, all 5 days a week. Y'all pray for Brian B. Chase Williams. Y'all know this. Y'all pray for Brian Chase Williams. Please pray for him. He needs the Lord in the worst way. Amen. In the worst way. Lord have mercy.
I'm just going to let you know, you have been added to my all choir station already.
Absolutely. Thank you,
You
man.
see, both of the tracks that was sent to me is already playing on the station. I'm
Appreciate
gonna add it to One Way as well. Um, I'm gonna push it as much as I can.
I appreciate that.
Push it. Um, Dr. B. Chase already know I'm gonna push choir music because I'm a choir head.
We're quiet. Yeah.
I'm a choir head now. Choir
Yeah.
head singing for a while. So a lot of people didn't know that, but like a lot of people didn't know I sung. But now I sing with BJ McCoy in Worship Experience. So
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yes, sir. So
Yes.
rehearsals start again in April, so we gotta go back to rehearsal. We
That's
got a
right.
little month off.
That's right. Listen, I took my singers, we was doing twice a month, and I was like, oh no, we getting a little lazy. So now we back to every week for a season, just
Yeah,
to jump back in there and you know keep it going, get the energy back up. Because that pandemic made everybody lazy.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but we still got a job to do.
yeah,
And we got to do it with joy and excitement.
yeah.
Yeah. So yes.
Yes, I think I'm done. I'm done. I have no more nothing else to say. Do you have anything else to say, Doctor? I'm gonna call you Doctor Kevin Style.
Oh man, no man. Only thing I would say going off of here is everybody just don't support me, but support everybody. Support. Just don't stream. And for us who are up and coming, you'll understand what I mean when I say stream.
Yeah.
That's again learning the business. Just
Mm-hmm.
don't stream it, but buy it. Support it. Not just me, B. Chase Williams, David Walker, whoever is out there doing their thing. Buy the music. Just don't stream it. Buy and stream
Yeah.
and push and share and tell everybody they got to have it. If they say I ain't got no money for it, then you buy it. You buy
Yeah.
it. I think my whole record is only $7.95. I wanted to keep it under $10 because $10 is not a lot of money, but to somebody they'd be saying I ain't paying no $10, but somebody pays $7.95 or $7.92. So buy the whole record, and let's keep this genre of gospel music, the choir. Let's keep it alive. Because guess what? It's not going nowhere.
Yeah. It's not. Choir music never goes out of
Nah,
style. That's my
it's not.
slogan for this show now. Choir music never goes out of style, and I say that all the time. And I just love choir music. I don't know how to explain it. It's like I just love choir music. I really do. Like uh, when I
Absolutely.
when I started singing in the choir, I sung as a kid in children's choir. Then when I got older, I got to the adult prison worship and all that. I did all that, but
Mhm.
when I did the classical side of singing in high school and in middle school, so they had to teach me certain ways how to sing, how to breathe, how to do it this way. Okay, I just love the classical side of choirs as well too, because it
Yeah,
teaches how to breathe. Because a lot of people don't know how to breathe. I don't know, for some reason people don't know how to breathe. They be singing through their nostrils, and I don't know how to do that.
yeah.
Teaches
You
that down.
know, yeah. That's because our friend, the late Dr. Maurice Culpepper used to tell us, listen, I preach and teach a hard gospel, and y'all gonna sing gospel music hard.
Right.
All of this whispering to Jesus, that's not gospel music. And he's like whispering, he used to call it sexy Jesus music. Not in here. You're gonna sing loud with chest voice. That's what we're gonna
Yeah.
do in here. So that's what we gotta do.
Yeah.
That's what we gotta do. Yeah, gotta do it. Yeah.
All right. Let me get you off. I might speak to you right after we get off the live, but yeah, guys, I ain't got no outro video yet. I'm slowly building this back up because I took a break from the show because I got a little discouraged. I did because I was like, okay, I'm asking for the interviews, I'm putting the stuff out there, and the people just saying no. I was like, okay, let me just put it in the back burner. When it's time for it to do it again, someone's gonna say yes, and you was the first one to say yes, in about
Absolutely.
months. So I just want to push. If you don't get nothing else, I just push choir music.
Absolutely.
Not about me. It's about choir music. That's why I did this show because I just felt like choirs were overlooked. And a
Absolutely.
lot of people, for some reason, people don't like dealing with choirs. They just don't like dealing with us.
Yeah. But I see a turnaround. And like I tell people too, what is biblical will always stand.
Yeah.
From the praise and worship era, from King David to King Jehoshaphat, you will find the choir was present.
Yeah.
You know, Jesus never said put the praise team in the front. He said put the choir, put the singers, in the front. When you're dealing with a battle, it's something about, I love the praise and worship, and I love it, but it's something about a choir. It
Yeah.
it it changes the entire demographic of the service and where it was going to go. When the choir walks in the room,
Yeah.
it's going to go. You know what I'm saying? I come out, like I said, the sanctified church. So, we grew up without a praise team. We had what we called a devotional leader, and we had a devotional leader that would let some of these praise teams have it by herself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I encourage everybody that is in any type of music genre, make sure that you are called and sure of the calling.
Yeah.
Don't go up on the mics and you're not sure.
Yeah.
Don't go up on the mics unprepared. My choir tell you I'm allergic to wrong notes. It breaks me out in hives. I don't understand wrong notes because people just want to sing what they want to sing. No, you got to be called to this.
Yeah.
In order to stand in it, you got to be called to it.
Right. Yeah. So guys, I ain't got no intro video, so I'm just thank y'all all for coming in.
Love everybody. Thank you for having me.
Kevin. I appreciate you. Thank you for everybody that showed up on here. Thank you for the choir psalms, Dr. B. Chase. I appreciate y'all supporting y'all founder now, because you don't see that. You don't see that. At least half of the choir was on here.
I believe it. They know. They had better have been on here. They better. That's right. They better.
So we're just gonna I'm just gonna end the live. So see y'all later.
All right. Have a good one, everybody.